Macmillan Audio presents The Cabinets of Barnaby Mayne by Elsa Hart, read by Barrie Kreinik. Chapter 1. It has been suggested that the surface of the earth was once smooth, and that beneath it was an abyss filled with water. After many years, the crust of the earth became dry and brittle. At a command from God, it cracked, and the waters that had been trapped within surged and roiled through the broken land. Thus, the flood was not a deluge from above that covered the mountains, but a welling from below that created them. The world inherited by man was but the jagged ruin left by that great devastation. This was just one theory that was being debated in Signore Covo's coffee house one drizzly spring morning. The year was 1703. Queen Anne occupied the throne, and for the citizens of London there were enough new laws, new wars, and new books to sustain any argument. But Covo's was popular because it inspired a more fanciful variety of conversation. Its walls and ceilings, encrusted with objects intended to provoke wonder and speculation, made serious gentlemen feel comfortable entertaining thoughts of subterranean giants, unknown civilizations, and even, with the appropriate tone of deprecation, magic. Upstairs, Signore Covo reclined in a chair before the hearth, legs outstretched, affecting the casual elegance his English companion would expect from a secretive Italian noble. Wearing a bemused half-smile, he watched Mr. Simon Babington, silver-buttoned and bewigged, pace across the floor. "I am not an ignorant man, Covo. I know that through a glass lens a man may observe living creatures in a drop of water. Fiery Noctiluca holds no mystery for me. And as for corpuscular philosophy—" "Not even Newton himself could confound you," said Covo. "And he has tried," said Babington. "He has tried. So, you see, there is much about the world that I understand. But for all my knowledge, I cannot fathom how a man as aloof, as conceited, as uncooperative as Sir Barnaby Mayne has attained such clout in our community." Covo rotated his hands so that his steepled fingertips pointed to an ornate clock standing in the corner. "Time," he said. "It has a deleterious effect on youth. But there are advantages to its passage. Mayne has spent 40 years funding travellers and having their briny crates delivered to him from as near as France and as far as China. He knows which letters to write, which parties to attend, which societies to join, and which monographs to debate. He has played the game, Babington, and he has played it for a long time. I cannot help but admire the old obsessive." "Admire him?" Babington exclaimed, with an indignant quiver of his cheeks. "He knows I've been pursuing an edition of Palissy's Fontaines for more than a year, but instead of alerting me to the rumour that one had surfaced in Lovell's bookshop, he sniffed it out and bought it for himself. It is against all etiquette. He isn't even interested in hydrology. He only wanted it because he knew I did. Prior to this, if I had come across a Picatrix or a Liber Razielis, I'd have told him at once. But no longer. No longer." "You might ask to borrow the book from him," said Covo pleasantly. "And take my place among the toadying supplicants begging for access to his cabinets? It would please him too much. No, Covo. What I want is revenge." "What exactly are you asking me to do?" Signore Covo's eyes slid to a pair of rusty swords displayed above the mantelpiece. Following the look, Babington blanched. "Of course I don't mean— What sort of man do you think I am?" "What sort of man do you think I am?" asked Covo curiously. The question prompted an uncertain laugh from Babington. "I really cannot say." "Tell me then," said Covo, "what manner of—"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?